Good evening and welcome to Sunset News this Tuesday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather and sports. I am Diana Master. In the news tonight, the annual road safety campaign for the holiday season officially starts in Swakopmund next Friday. The Chief Executive Officer of the Motor Vehicle Accident Fund, Rosalia Martins-Halsiku, opened the fundraising breakfast for stakeholders yesterday. She says everyone has a responsibility to be ambassadors for change on Namibian roads and to work against road accidents and related injuries and fatalities. Let's have a look.
Motors say that it's good to see him and it's okay, I'm comfortable and I'm happy to see him once a year, and it's during this time because I know he's going to be here and they're part of the stakeholders who are making a difference on our roads. The festive season road safety campaign is not new and it's not foreign to us. I think as Namibia, we are in a position where even though we wanted to have these campaigns run throughout the year, it is limited by resources. But I'm still encouraged to see that when it really matters, especially during the festive season when there's a lot of movement on our roads, people go throughout the country, there's also those who come in to enjoy their festive season in our country, that as stakeholders, as corporate and public Namibia, we come together to ensure that carnage is reduced on our roads. I wanted to acknowledge our long-term partners, AA Namibia. They are here represented by Nehileni, our colleagues from the Namibian Police who are here, and then also my brother, Mr. Tendekule, and your team from the National Road Safety Council. I wanted to emphasize on one thing, that over the years we have noticed that together we can go far. And if we stand together, we can make much more of a difference on our roads. Those who are here that I've mentioned, there's others who couldn't make it. We have the Roads Authority. I didn't see Roads Authority, not sure whether they're here yet. RFA. There's other partners, City of Windhoek, that really help us in the success that we have celebrated over the years. Ruben, I'm not sure whether we have the year-to-date data yet, but I wanted to share that comparing the festive season of 2022-2023 to the previous year, crashes reduced by 14.4%, injuries reduced by 17.5%, and fatalities reduced by 42.2%. That's really due to the collaboration.
Getting into our next story, Deputy Minister of Health Esther Mwinyangwe, during the commemoration of the World Diabetes Day, said education on the subject of diabetes and increased access to appropriate resources will aid in decreasing the daily increasing rates of diabetes in Namibia. Let's have a look at this next video.
In increasing access to diabetes prevention and care, the government of the Republic of Namibia, through the Ministry of Health and Social Services, have rolled out diabetic screening programs at all health facilities across all the regions. We have seen that also in the presentation of Sister Eleni. In line with the theme, which is access to diabetes care, Namibia has developed the Essential Health Services Package, which is under review currently, and has opted to develop a universal health coverage policy and non-communicable diseases guidelines, which are both at advanced stage. As a ministry, as health care workers, many of them in this room, we have a role to play, and our role is to encourage the public to be screened for diabetes and also to encourage those on diabetes care to continue taking their medication. And I am happy.
Electricity Control Board CEO Robert Kahimise launched the Energy Regulator's Consumer Education Campaign, equipped with educating end users of electricity with tools to measure electricity usage and means through which they can bring down these costs. Have a look.
The last one is the hashtag of the campaign, which is Know Better. But it's a promise to electricity consumers. It signifies our dedication to equipping consumers with the knowledge and tools they need to navigate the complex world of electricity. It's complex and it's now becoming expensive. We have to do whatever we can to assist each other. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the campaign materials. Give yourself a
Rounding off our top stories, the pre-sentencing proceedings of convicted murderer Ernst Lichtenstrasser was brought to a halt today when his legal representative withdrew. Lichtenstrasser has filed a special application since his conviction on 2 November. Proceedings were postponed to tomorrow after Lichtenstrasser indicated to Judge Christy Liebenberg that he was feeling unwell. After the break in our Community Talk segment, we take a look at the newly launched program at the Goethe Institute. Stay tuned.
Newsprint Namibia is a web offset printing operation that specializes in the printing of newspapers and commercial inserts. We are the leaders in our industry, with the highest quality print work and the shortest turnaround time from computer to print and delivery anywhere in the country daily. Newsprint was established mainly as a newspaper print company, but had to diversify its business to do commercial printing as required in the market. We print commercial inserts previously printed in South Africa in the shortest possible time. We, as an organization, also started printing workbooks for our education system and will also print textbooks for the Namibian market. For more information, please contact print@newsprint.com.
Heading into our Community Talk segment, Goethe Institute Namibia's Head of Administration, Matthias Muir, speaks on the newly launched German Apprenticeship Connect program that was launched this morning at the NIPDP Investment House in Windhoek. Jemima Debele has more.
Spoke to many companies, Chamber of Commerce, chambers, and the response is immense. And that's why since then we've been pushing for the website to go active, to put this entire project onto a very stable foundation, to avail it as far as possible to all Namibians. And I understand the challenges in the regions, and especially Martin Luther High, which is a Partnerschaftsschule, a Pasch school that is supported by the Goethe Institute. It is not easy for you guys out there. But I spoke to a gentleman yesterday. His nephew is from Otjimbingwe, went to school there and was basically failing, but an intelligent young person. And the family put money together and sent him to Germany. He's there in his second year now, succeeding, although he came from Otjimbingwe, which is also a rural area. So also for Okomba, there is definitely hope. I would like to thank everybody who was involved in this project, from NIPDP, from Goethe. I think we have a great partnership that developed, and very exciting time lying ahead of us, making it possible for young Namibians to follow their dream. And I guess I still have a minute or two, but I just now have one last duty, I was asked to say the sentence of the morning, and we're actually missing the champagne glasses. I now officially declare the German Apprenticeship Connect program as launched. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matthias. That was a
Stick around for economic news coming up after the break.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraifa. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
Getting into our economic news this evening, Madison Metals Incorporated has successfully renewed exclusive prospecting license 7011 within the Madison North project area adjacent to the internationally renowned Rossing uranium mine in the Erongo uranium province of Namibia. The Toronto-based Green Energy Resource Group said the renewal is significant for Madison's portfolio as the company holds an 85% interest in EPL 7011 and it is located in a well-known uranium belt. According to Dwayne Panham, Executive Chairman and CEO of Madison Metals, EPL 7011 bolsters Madison's strategic land positioning, and there is an NI 43101 technical report affirming the license's potential for uranium deposits. This report, alongside the renewal and the previously obtained environmental clearance certificate, underlines Madison's commitment to responsible exploration and development. Now let's take a look at the economic indicators. The Namibian dollar trades at 22.84 to the British pound, 19.91 to the euro, 18.34 to the US dollar, and 2 Namibian dollars and 53 cents buys you 1 Chinese yuan. All commodities are up: gold 0.98%, copper by 0.78%, platinum by 2.76%, and Brent crude oil by 1.21%, now trading at $84 and 28 cents per barrel. After the break in international news, we take a deeper look at the flooding in Somalia. Stay tuned.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
And now for your international news. Roads into the Somali town of Dolo have been cut off by severe flooding, raising fears of food shortages. Reuters has more.
In Somalia's Dolo district, homes are abandoned, roads have turned into rivers, and food is running out. Severe flooding, which has caused death and destruction across East Africa, has cut roads into Dolo town. Shop owner Farhan Ali Abdullah says there are no supplies coming in.
We can't bring goods in by plane. There is a serious shortage of goods, fuel, food, and all other things in the city. Really, we will be feeling the impact.
The United Nations has described the floods in Somalia and its neighbours as a once-in-a-century event. Around 1.6 million people in Somalia could be affected, the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs said last week. In Dolo, some say moving around the worst-hit areas of towns and villages has become dangerous. Dolo resident Tamad Hussein Abdi fears what might be waiting beneath the surface.
We cannot go to some of the places in the town because of the high level of water. We are afraid of crocodiles and other animals in the flood.
Some families here have been moved to camps for internally displaced people. Others have stayed, hoping to find a way to pick up the pieces.
Stick around for your weather predictions coming up after the break.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
You're still watching Sunset News. Let's take a look at the weather predictions. Partly cloudy and warm to hot with a few to isolated thunder showers, but scattered thunder showers in the Khomas, Otjiwarongo and the eastern regions in places. A fresh to strong southwesterly wind in the south, central and western parts. Partly cloudy and mild with showers in the north. Moderate northwesterly to southwesterly, becoming fresh southwesterly later, that is for the wind, and tides in Walvis Bay. High tide expected at 4:17 a.m., low tide at 10:01 a.m. Now let's take a look at the sports, proudly brought to you by SportRab.
Good evening and welcome to your edition, that is, of the Sunset News Sport section. The 5th annual Okapia Soccer Tournament will take place at the 11 Morning Star Sport Field in Ondangwa from 21 to 24 December. 2 soccer competitions are taking place over the 4 days, a veteran soccer competition and a youth soccer competition, which is the regular one. That is, the cost of registration is 1,000 for teams. First place prizes are taking 12,000 home, which includes 18 gold medals, a floating trophy and a soccer kit. The second place prizes are 6,000, which also includes a soccer kit, and third place prizes are, that is, 3,000, which includes 18 bronze medals. The weekend saw exciting football matches take place at the FNB Women's Super League kicked off in the capital. All matches were played at the Unam Stadium, with Saturday featuring matches between V-Power Angels and Nast Babies. The coaches are hopeful that the tournament this year will produce intriguing results, that is the Premier League, of course. Copra, a self-defense group in Walvis Bay, organized a no-cost event to celebrate International Women's Day, which is a self-defense day on Saturday. The event turned out to be a success, the organizers said, with the main objective being to advocate for female empowerment and self-protection globally. A group of 15 women attended the event. Rayla Granje was the lead instructor, with several black belts in different disciplines to his name. That is all we had for you this evening. From me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, it is good night.
Good day, everyone. Time for international sports news, and starting off with tennis news first. It is the ATP Finals, men's finals, still ongoing in Italy at the moment. Top 8 players in the world competing in that 2 groups of 4, and the top 2 in each group will go through to the final or to the semi-finals and then the finals. Still group stages at the moment, and a big result for Alexander Zverev. He's from Germany. He's number 7th seed in the lineup of 8. He beat number 2 seed Carlos Alcaraz in his group. He beat him by 6-7, 6-3 and 6-4. And Alexander Zverev of Germany, he's had previous success at the ATP Finals, and he won that tournament in 2018 and 2021. Also in his group, it's Daniil Medvedev of Russia beat Andrei Rublev, also of Russia. He beat him by 6-4 and 6-2, and a good result for Daniil Medvedev. In the other group of the ATP Finals, it is Novak Djokovic, number 1 seed. He had a good start. He had his first win of the tournament when he beat Holger Rune. So he's the player to beat probably in the ATP Finals. It is Novak Djokovic, currently the world number 1, and he also won the title 6 times previously. He's also the defending champion of the ATP Finals. Continuing international sports news with cricket news, and it is South African captain Themba Bavuma that looks to be fit to play on Thursday. That is in the second semi-final of the ICC Cricket World Cup. That's the 50-over World Cup being played in India. The first semi-final will be New Zealand that play against India on Wednesday. And on Thursday it will be South Africa playing against Australia. Themba Bavuma, they had a full training session. He had a hamstring challenge a few days ago, but he seems to be fit to be able to play on Thursday. Also, the fitness of Lungi Ngidi, the fast bowler, is being assessed. He had a foot injury, and it is not sure if he'll be able to play on Thursday. Also from the Australian side, it is players coming back as well. It is Mitchell Marsh that was away because of personal reasons, and he came back with a great innings against Bangladesh, scoring 177 unbeaten runs. So he's ready for Thursday's semi-final. Then also Glenn Maxwell, he rested the game against Bangladesh because against Afghanistan he batted for the whole innings, almost the whole innings, and he scored 201 runs unbeaten, and he battled a lot with cramps. But he also indicated, or Australia indicated, that he will be fit for Thursday's important semi-final. And to conclude today's international sports news, some soccer news, and it is the Saudi Arabian League, the Pro League, that continue to try and sign high-profile players from the English Premier League. One of the players being targeted in the January transfer window is a Manchester United player, Jadon Sancho. He's 23 years old, and it is reportedly that Juventus is also interested in Sancho, and it is Sancho that plays for England. He's an international player, and it is Manchester United that reportedly said that they're not ready to let him go, but there's a January transfer window, and the Saudi Arabian League has been known to give or to offer lots of money for English Premier League players, so we'll see how that develops. Also on the soccer front, it is Brazilian forward Neymar that is continuing to recover from a knee injury. It seems like he will still be out for at least 6 months. He had a very serious injury on his knee. He ruptured his anterior crucial ligaments and also his meniscus, and he had surgery, and that was in Brazil's World Cup qualifying game against Uruguay a few months ago. Uruguay won that game by 2-0. It is Al Ahly that signed Neymar in the Pro League. Al Ahly paid almost $100 million for him to come over, and because of injuries only played 5 games and will be injured for quite some while still. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
We are so excited to be kickstarting your morning with entertainment. Everything was happening during this past weekend.
Yes.
Exciting news.
Wow, no, she was killing it already.
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with him serving the full term.
As well as keeping you informed on the issues that you need to know happening in and around our country.
Welcome back to Sunset News. If you're just joining us, here are the news highlights. The annual road safety campaign for the holiday season officially starts in Swakopmund next Friday. She says everyone has a responsibility to be ambassadors for change on Namibian roads and to work against road accidents and related injuries and fatalities. Electricity Control Board CEO Robert Kayumise launched the Energy Regulator's consumer education campaign, equipped with educating end users of electricity with tools to measure electricity usage and means through which they can bring down these costs. And the pre-sentencing proceedings of convicted murderer Ernst Lichtenstrasse was brought to a halt today when his legal representative withdrew. Lichtenstrasse has filed a special application since his conviction on 2 November. And with that, we have come to the end of the broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook on all the NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, 102.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25 every weekday from 7:30 to 8 p.m. I am Diana Master, and this has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.